My boss said make these more entertaining, even though this might be a tad bit straining. This new product is downright dirty as we put remote start in this G30. Bum ba-dum bum 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 bum. We know you've been asking for more remote start, and we are here to deliver. You've seen us install it in our F30, in an F06, and an F15, and now Jarrett is going to show you step by step on how to install it in this G30. Now, if you want to learn all about the remote start kit and what you can do with it, then check out the video in the description for all the details on that. However, since this is just an installation video, we're going to learn just a little bit about the basics. But if you want to skip all that too and just get straight to the installation, then go to this time where you can get straight to it. Real quick, can't take our word for it. If you want to hear about what our customer Jose thinks about this kit, then go to this time in the video, or just keep watching and it will be at the end of the installation. After you get your remote start installed, you'll be able to take full advantage of what the newer BMWs have. This is compatible with most F and G series BMWs produced after 2012. In order to check if your car is compatible, go to the product page and decode your VIN, link in the description. To start your BMW, simply hit the lock button within 4 seconds on your key fob 3 times and it will start. To turn it off, hit the trunk button 3 times after the vehicle is running. If you don't turn it off, it will shut itself off after 20 minutes or a time that you select. This is perfect for those hot summer days or cold winter mornings. Never again will you have to get into your BMW at the temperature you don't want. The next time you're in your BMW, simply set your desired temperature before you get out that day or night, and the next time you start your BMW from afar, your HVAC system will turn on as well, getting your interior to your desired temperature. And this is perfect for our friends up north. No more frosted windshields. Unlike the OEM BMW Remote Start, BimmerTech's Remote Start Retrofit doesn't require activating the feature in your BMW iDrive. However, it requires a spare key fob installed in your BMW at all times. It will be permanently attached to a module under the front passenger's footwell panel. This ensures that your onboard computer will recognize the presence of a BMW key fob and will allow engine activation. Having the second key is necessary for activation. If you don't have a spare BMW key fob to use for the installation purposes, please add the BMW key fob to your order. And no one will be able to start your vehicle with just the key fob installed in the car. You will need a second key fob for this installation, so if you don't have one, well, BimmerTech can help you out. Just add a second key fob to your order. If you're concerned about safety, there are a few things that this kit does to make sure that your vehicle stays safe. To engage or disengage the remote start, your BMW's transmission will have to be in park. You also cannot use the remote start to turn off your vehicle while it is in motion. Of course, as mentioned, the second key fob cannot be used to start the vehicle. It will never get any power until given the command to start from your other key fob. When you unlock your doors after you engage remote start, your vehicle will turn off when you open the door. You will have to restart it again by pressing the button on the dash with your main fob near it like normal. It will also turn off when using the keyless entry feature. And now that you know how it works, let's get to the installation. We're going to be using for this entire installation our BimmerTech DIY Essentials Kit paired with our Trim Tool Kit, which has all the tools you need and so much more to get this installed in your G30. And now, without further ado, Jarrett will show you how to install this remote start kit on your BMW G30. Your kit will include the key fob module harness, main harness, key fob power source, key fob box, and main control unit. Let's start by getting your second key fob installed. If you don't have a second key fob, you can always order one on our website. Take the key box out and with a small Phillips head screwdriver, remove the 4 screws and take the green circuit board out. Now let's prep your second key fob. Press the button on the side of your fob to remove the key blade and use it to pop off the battery cover plate. Next, remove the battery inside. A pick tool can help. Whee! Place in the correctly sized power source with the ribbon cable side facing up. With this fob, the cover plate will fit back on, so go ahead and do that. Flip up the gray locking tab on the ribbon cable, and with tweezers, carefully place the ribbon cable in the connector, contact side down, blue side up. Snap the gray locking tab back down. To keep things secured, Jared used a little bit of tape to secure the fob in place. Place the unit back in the box like so and screw it down. Now let's get to the actual installation. Let's start by disconnecting the battery. First, open your trunk and use an appropriate tool to lift up the trunk floor panel. Don't be fooled, someone is holding up the panel. With a 10mm socket, remove the negative battery terminal and set it aside. To ensure you don't get locked out if the trunk closes, tie a towel around the trunk latch.
For just 50 cents a day.
Now we need access to the side panel under the passenger footwell where all of the action will happen. Let's start by removing the door sill trim with your hands and a BimmerTech trim tool. If any of the plastic fasteners stay behind, pop them out and put them back in the trim for later. To remove the top footwell panel, rotate these two locking tabs. Pop it down. Disconnect the light and remove it. This extra cable is from an aftermarket dash cam already in the car. Use your hands to pull off this side trim. Now we have to remove this plastic cover plate. Use a T20 bit to remove the center screw. And you may find it helpful to use a pick tool to assist in disconnecting the clips holding it down. Let's start the wiring. First, let's ground the system. Locate this 10mm nut on the passenger footwell airbag and loosen it slightly. In the BimmerTech remote start kit, locate the fork connector on the black wire. Slide the fork behind the nut and then tighten the nut down. Jarrett got tired of the carpet getting in the way, so he extended a couple cable ties, slid it through the carpet, and temporarily secured it out of the way. Now let's start the repinning. First, locate the white connector with white arm. Press down the center tab, rotate the arm up, and the connector will come out. There won't be much slack to work with, unfortunately. Using a pick tool, press in the inner tabs to free the 2 pin retainers inside. They will slide out once free. Locate pin 16 and get some tension on the wire. Then, using a pick tool, poke the tab in the first window. If it catches on the second window, poke the tab again through the second window and then pull it out. With an appropriate tool, gently bend back the tab into place. Grab the brown 2-pin connector from the BimmerTech harness. Disconnect the 2 halves. To get the pin in place, locate the small latch on the side of the connector and then lift up and slide the 2 halves apart. Take pin 16 and slide it into the same side that will line up with the single brown wire on the other side of the 2-pin connector. Once in place, snap the top half of the connector back on, and then connect the 2 halves together. Finish up by sliding the brown pin from the BimmerTech harness into pin 16. Slide the 2 pin retainers into the sleeve. Put the connector back into place and rotate the arm to lock it down. Now that you're a pro at repinning, let's do it a few more times. Locate the black connector with white arm and remove it the same way as the last. Remove the 2 pin retainers. Find pin 22 and remove it with tension, poke, poke, and bend the tab back into place. Take the yellow wire on the yellow and purple BimmerTech harness and place that into slot 22. Pull apart the 2-pin connector like you did before. Separate, lift the tab, and pull apart. Put pin 22 that you removed into pin 1 on the BimmerTech connector. The purple one goes into another connector, so we're done here for now. Reassemble the connector and seat it back into place. Now, black with black arm. Once you have it disassembled, locate pin 30 and remove it with our patent-pending, not really, TPPB method. Tension, poke, poke, bend. Take the purple wire from the last section and snap that into slot 30. Take pin 30 and put that into slot 2 of the 2-pin connector from the previous step. Reassemble the connector and reseat it. Finally, for this step, reassemble the 2-pin connector and connect the 2 halves together. Now get the blue harness ready. Start by removing the white connector with white arm and then disassemble it. Locate pin 45 and TPPB it out. Take the light blue wire on the BimmerTech harness and snap that into slot 45. Take pin 45 and slide that into the correct slot on the BimmerTech harness so it lines up with the light blue wire on the other half of the connector. On the same retainer, locate pin 49 and remove it with TPPB. Then slide that into the slot that will correspond with the dark blue wire on the BimmerTech harness. Since that's done, snap the two parts of the connector together. Finally, take the dark blue wire and slide that into slot 49. Reassemble the connector and seat it back into place. Next, remove the black connector with white arm and disassemble it. Locate pin 51 and remove it with TPBB. Grab the orange BimmerTech harness and slide pin 51 into the corresponding slot on the BimmerTech harness that lines up with the orange with black wire. Then, grab the orange with black wire and slide that into slot 51. TPPB out pin 52. And place pin 52 into the slot that lines up with the solid orange wire on the BimmerTech harness. Take the orange wire and slide that into slot 52. Connect the two halves of the BimmerTech connector and then reassemble and reseat the black connector with white arm. Congrats, the repinning is done. Now we need to power it. Use a fuse puller to remove the bottom 15 amp fuse located on the bottom of the left side. Place that fuse in the open slot of the BimmerTech remote start fuse connector. Finally, place that connector where you took the 15 amp fuse out of. Now that all the wiring is done, you could tidy up all the slack with tape or cable ties. Release the carpet, and then tuck the harness up behind the carpet. Grab the main control module and plug it in. Grab the key fob module harness and plug that into the main control module. Tuck it out of the way like so. Finally, plug the other side of the harness into the key fob module. And tuck it up to the right like so. Now we can put everything back together. Start by snapping the cover back on, making sure to not pinch any cables, reinstall the T20 screw. Snap the side panel back in. Plug in and reinstall the footwell panel. Finally, snap the door sill panel in. After you reconnect the battery, you're done. So we have finished installing the remote start. Jose is on his way here to actually pick up the vehicle, so we're gonna show you what his thoughts are on this remote start. And actually, he just walked in right now. All right, Jose, welcome back. Here are the keys to your baby.
Perfect.
Your car is beautiful. The remote start is all functional now, so go ahead and hit that lock button slowly 3 times for me. There you go. And now you can start this car from wherever you want. On those hot days, you can get the AC going. Never have to worry about getting into a hot car again.
Perfect.
Now,
nice.
to stop it, it's going to turn off after about 10 minutes, 20, 30, or 40, whatever you set it to.
Okay.
You're going to be emailed the instructions about how to program all that.
Okay, perfect.
But if you want to stop it from the remote, just hit the trunk button 3 times at around that same speed, maybe a little bit faster. There you go.
Perfect. Concept.
All right. So if you don't mind if I ask you a few questions,
Yes.
like what made you want remote start in your car?
Convenience.
Okay.
Yeah, when I have my kids, I can start the car, way behind, and the car will gonna be, cold for them, so they can,
Awesome.
Be inside the car, comfortable. After that.
So you definitely think you're going to get a lot of use out of this?
Oh yeah, definitely.
So do you think this is worth the value?
Oh yeah.
Cool. All right. Would you recommend this to your friends who got the same car?
Of course.
Awesome.
100%.
Well, there you go. Satisfied customer Jose. He's going to be getting his car back with remote start. If you want this kit, head on over to our website, enter your VIN, and you can get your kit today. And that is how you install this remote start kit on your BMW G30. Want this for your car? Of course you do. Head on over to our website and enter your VIN so you can get the kit right for you. We are adding this feature to more and more BMWs, so to see if your BMW is on that list, well then check the description of this video for that list. For more tips and tricks, product reviews, installs, and so much more related to BMWs, Minis, and Supras, make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel and don't forget to ring that bell. And hey, check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok as well. Thanks for watching.